Hello, my friends. It is 11:31 in the PM, no, the AM. Wow, I've been up for a while. And there's chaos in my household. We are flying to Portland, Oregon today in like 2 hours. I have not uploaded yet because yesterday was just filthy boring. It was nothing but filthy, boring nonsense. Packing, getting ready, running errands, setting up a place for Jasper, blah, blah, blah. So I have literally nothing to show you from yesterday that's worth your time, and I wouldn't do that to you. So what I decided to do is do a story time with Sam and tell you the story that I forked my brother. Stay tuned. So before we get into this exact story, let me give you a little background on how me and my brother grew up and how our fights went down. My little brother is 1.5 years younger than me, almost exactly. But growing up, he always had me in weight. He was bigger than I was, and so we had this crazy back and forth fighting method. I had the older brother, the younger brothers are always a little bit afraid because the other one's older, whatever. I had that advantage, but Eli, my little brother, had the weight advantage on me every time. And so how our fights would go down, and we fought a lot. Literally for birthdays for my parents or for my mom's Mother's Day, all they would ask is that we were just silent and quiet and we didn't fight in the house. That was it. We just fought a lot. That's how we were. And now we get along great. In fact, we're going to see them on this trip. So we had this crazy back and forth fighting method where I would hurt him or he would hurt me. So let's say I went up and I did something to him and hurt him. It would freak me out because now he has this rage in him, right? He has this little brother rage and he's coming to pound me. So I would run. And then he would catch up to me and in that rage do something stupid that would hurt me pretty bad. And so then I'm raging and now I'm chasing him back and forth like this all the time. And in fact, we were pretty famous in our hometown for our fights. People would try to egg us on so that we would get in fights just because it was such a freaking spectacle. Now, this particular time, we lived in Alamogordo, New Mexico, and we got into it over something. And most of the time, most of our big fights that I remember, I could not even tell you the reason why they happened or why they started. It was just little provocations until it blew up into something massive. So this particular time, my little brother and I were fighting. I had done something to him to hurt him, and he was chasing me. And he was chasing me around our dinner table in our dining room. So him and I are running in circles around our dinner table, right? And for some reason, our dining area had carpet in it. And we had a fireplace there. And as we're running around in circles, chasing each other, I'm trying to stay away from him because he's trying to pound me. I stub my little baby pinky toe, this guy right here, on a piece of firewood on the carpet. And I stub it so hard that I moved the fire log across the carpet like a foot or two. And I thought I broke my toe. So I fall over, I'm rolling in pain. As I fall back, I hit my head on my dad's guitar, which is leaned up against the wall, and the guitar falls down on top of me. So I've got the rage now, right? Eli realizes that he did something to me that hurt or he caused it, and so he's running. This is where it gets legit. I'm not suggesting that you try this or do anything like this. I'm just telling you stories from my past to let you know what went down. And this is exactly how it happened, right? So Eli chucks, I trip, I fall, I hit my toe on the firewood. Eli starts running towards our living room, which has a door on it, right? So I'll show you what's going on here. He starts running, and it's like this. Let's say this is our living room door right here, right? He's running into here, watching me out in the distance, shutting the door as he goes, right? Like this, watching to make sure I'm not coming after him. Me, in my ninja-like status, go and do one of these. All right, so I'm down here laying on the floor, like just wiggling in pain, right? And so I see Eli running away. I need to get him back. I pop up over the dining room table, grab a fork off the table, and hurl it in his general direction as hard as I can, as accurately as I can, and that fork starts spinning as Eli is running into the living room. So we're back here now, back at the door. Fork is coming at him. The door is closing. I hurl it right in the cheek. No freaking joke. I throw a fork from the dining room into the living room through a sliver in the door this big as he's turning and running away, and it sticks him in his cheek. And it dangles for like 2 seconds and then falls on the ground. He's got 3 or 4 little bloody marks stuck in his cheek. I was running because I just stuck a fork in his cheek. I was scared he was gonna pound me. Talk about ninja status, like warrior status. I forked my little brother. That was one of our famous fights. We had some friends over at the time. They saw the whole thing. This story can be backed up. I chucked a fork and it stuck in his cheek. And in fact, I will have him back it up when we go to Seattle at the end of this week. So that's that. I do have more fight stories. I'm going to show you guys all kinds of stuff of us growing up. We're going to tour some of Oregon where I grew up, and I'll show you. Yeah, I've got all kinds of stuff coming up, guys. We're traveling today. We're going to be cruising through Oregon, seeing some of my siblings, and then we're going to be heading up the West Coast towards Seattle, visiting some of Carrie's friends, and we're stoked. The weather's supposed to be beautiful. If you've never been to the Pacific Northwest, it is beautiful. So we're going to get some really awesome footage. Stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed the story. I will have Eli verify the story once I see him in Seattle. It is true. I stuck a fork right in his face. And we will catch you guys soon. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Take care. Thanks for watching. Adios.